Hey there, Stampin' friends. Welcome to Movie Monday. Jody Brechbill, Stampin' Queen, coming at you from my studio in South Central Pennsylvania. So come on into my studio, say hello, give me some likes and loves so that I know you guys are joining me today. It is Movie Monday, which means you may be watching this on YouTube, but I'm also streaming it to Facebook as well. So you can catch it in both places. Just make sure that you're following or subscribing so that you never miss a thing, because I am here every Monday, every Wednesday with some projects for you guys. So while you're coming into the studio, I want to give you a little heads up on something super cool that is coming this week. 12 weeks of Christmas coming. Yes, it's true. It is about 12 weeks until Christmas. That is no lie. So, well, I should say it depends on when you're watching this. This is Monday, September 20 something. 25? Is that what today is? September 24th, 5th, 6th, 26th? Yes, I had to look at my calendar. September 26th, yes. So I have teamed up with some amazing ladies, three very, very talented stamping friends of mine, Betsy Kreider, Connie Heisey, and Mary Ellen Stites. And we are going to bring you the 12 weeks of Christmas. So this is no commitment on you guys, not going to cost you a thing, absolutely a free gift from us to you guys. Now, the only way to get the 12 weeks of Christmas is if you are part of my mailing list, because that's where it is going to be sent out. So if you are not on my mailing list, there will be a link button below. So you can join my mailing list. And starting this Friday, September 30th, we are going to kick off the 12 weeks. That means every Friday, you are going to get a free tutorial delivered to your inbox for the next 12 weeks. Take you right through the holidays, right ready for Christmas. So we focused on a couple stamp sets, a couple bundles, and we each created a couple projects for you guys. We did maybe like 2 cards and maybe a treat or a gift giving idea, because I know a lot of you crafters are looking for fun ways to decorate and give special little treats, favors, and gifts this Christmas. So go down below, click on my mailing list, and you will receive those 12 weeks starting Friday, September 30th. Every single week, you're going to get a project and a tutorial delivered right to your inbox. And hopefully that will just be some inspiration for you guys. There's nothing you need to do. Of course, if you need to order some things, you can hop over to my online store. Absolutely. Let me find my online store here for you guys. So you can always shop my online store. But we just wanted to give you guys something, a little gift, a little present from us to thank you guys for being such loyal, amazing, crafty friends. All right. So the other thing that is coming is my Gnome for the Holidays event. This is an in-person retreat in November, but we do have retreats in a box. So those of you who can't join me, who are far away, you can't make it in, no problems. You can check the description below. Again, go into the video or the description of the video below, and you'll see the link with all the information about that. So it is, let's see, today is Monday. So Wednesday, September 28th is the last day to register for the Gnome for the Holidays retreat. And if you have not received a retreat in a box, so much fun. You're getting all the goodies that the in-person people get. Little favors, you'll have chances into the door prizes. You'll get the make and takes. You have chances to register for the optional classes that we have going on. So we're trying to give you completely everything that the in-person people get, just that it comes in a fun little box delivered to your door. The other thing I have going on, I want to make sure you're aware of, is Santa Express Zingo Fun. This is going to be Zingo, which is Zoom Bingo. There is a class focusing on Santa Express, and then we're going to play a little bit of free bingo afterwards. October 22nd on Zoom, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then if you're local to me or close by, you can join us in person on Sunday. So if you're close to Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, you can absolutely join us in person Sunday, October 23rd, 1 to 4 p.m. But I know a lot of you guys watching this are far away, and so you want to do some Zoom bingo, or what I call Zingo. So information about that, again, will be listed in the description below. It is a class focused focusing on Santa Express memories and more. This is no stamping, actually, guys. You do not need to do any stamping with this. And it's a benefit. This is a benefit class. It's a fundraiser for the ministry I work closely with called Sweet Grace. It's in my town, but it supports families all over the state of Pennsylvania. And actually, it's even moving countrywide. They're going into Montana next. And it helps families who are struggling through miscarriages, infant loss, and neonatal death. So an amazing charity that I work closely with. And so proceeds from this class are going to benefit them. All right, guys, that's what I had to share with you today. Now we need to do a little bit of stamping fun. So I did just return from a weekend away visiting my son at school. He goes to Penn State University. So I didn't really have time to create some new projects for you. So I'm going to show you what my stamp friends made this week or this month in my studio. So we're going to do the first card. There's 3 different cards we're going to create. We're going to use Lighthouse Point. So this is a great bundle. I am falling in love with this one, completely smitten. And so I'm going to show you a very quick and simple card focusing on Lighthouse Point. So we've got our Knight of Navy here. We're going to fold that in half, and that's going to be our card base. Then I have a piece of basic white. That's just our inside. So I'm just going to tuck that in there because I don't need to do anything with it just yet. I've got a piece of Daffodil Delight, and then I have another piece of basic white here and a couple scraps. I used the die set to create that little label, and then I'm going to stamp my lighthouse on here. So let's do a little bit of stamping, shall we? I would like a piece of scrap paper, I do believe. Do I have any here? I usually do, but I'm not seeing a piece of scrap paper. That's all right. We'll go with it. So I'm going to start off with crumb cake, and I'm going to use this image right here. This is going to be like the sand of the beach. So I'm just going, oh, here's my scrap paper. Yay. I'm going to stamp that, and I am going to go off the edge just a little bit. Right? So I don't need to have it, I just have it going off the edge there. And then the next color I'm going to use is the Balmy Blue. And I'm going to use this like puffy cloud looking one. So I'm going to ink that one up, and that's going to come here. And this is full strength. Again, it's going off the paper just a little bit. I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to slide over just a tiny bit more and stamp just a little bit lighter. So I don't know if you can see, but just a second generation inking, making that a little bit lighter. Now let's do our lighthouse. So I have some scrap here and some Knight of Navy. So for me, visually, it's easier for me to stamp the dark and then go over top with the light. So I have got my dark lighthouse stripes in Knight of Navy, full strength, right there. And then I'm going to take the lighthouse and I'm going to ink that up with Knight of Navy. I'm going to stamp it onto my scrap paper, and then I'm going to stamp it on top of those stripes that I made. So there we go. Just one ink pad, 2 different shades. So pretty cool way called stamping off or second generation stamping. It's a great way to maximize your ink colors. So we're going to grab the Baby Boss here because I want to die cut that out. So I've got my Baby Boss. Let me get my plates ready. And we'll just put that lighthouse right down there. Lay this over top, and we'll see if it's going to stay. So far, it looks like it's going to behave. But if it doesn't, I can grab a little bit of washi tape just to make it stay. I put hand lotion on. I think my hands are sticky. All right, so there we go. Oh, no, Do I have washi tape handy? I usually do. The magnet, there is no magnet plate for this one. And so we do have to kind of make things work a little bit for us by using some things we have on hand. And so I've just got some old washi tape laying around. I always have one ready to go when I'm using this little, I'm going to flip this. That may help too. All right, so let's get this lined back up again. And I'm just going to kind of tape the die, the cardstock, and the plate together. And let's try not to bang the camera. There we go. Now you do want to use caution. Just be very careful when you're peeling your washi tape off. You don't want it to rip off your paper, that's for sure. Okay, so next step is we're going to attach this piece of basic white to our Daffodil Delight panel. And then that is going to go onto our Night of Navy. I do want to stamp my sentiment, and I also want to do the light, this little beam. So let's make sure that's on there straight. I'm going to lay the lighthouse down. I'm not going to attach it just yet. Make sure that's good and inked, figure out where I want it, and then I'm just going to stamp the beam on that piece of white. A little bit of Night of Navy to do our sentiment. So much thanks. But you can use any sentiment really for the lighthouse. Whoops, makes a great birthday card, thinking of you card, especially for your friends who may love the beach and love lighthouses. So a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals here to pop that up. Oops, that one got a little crooked. There we go. This is a super simple card. This is something that I did in my Just Cards class. And my Just Cards class is the first Tuesday of every month in person. And my folks come in and they make very simple, easy to recreate cards. So I'm going to do a dimensional there and a little bit of adhesive right here. And that's where that sentiment is going to hang out. Actually, I'm going to put one more dimensional right underneath there. It seemed to be a little bit saggy. We can't have sag, can we? We don't want saggy. There we are. Now the final step is I'm going to just color in the window because that seems like there would be light in there. So I'm just using a Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blend. And there we go, guys. A very quick and simple thank you card or whatever sentiment you choose from Lighthouse Point. Now I have two more cards I want to share with you. So let me get some things out of the way. This was a lot of stamps here and I need some room. Okay, we're going to bring in the Stamparatus for this next one. And let's find all my pieces and parts here. Need some black. And let me show you what we're using for this one. We are going to use this bundle called Shaded Summer. And I should say, this may not be a bundle. It is a stamp and a die, absolutely. But let's see. What sentiment do I wanted? Do I want? I'm going to do Love You, Friend. So this was a free set of dies during celebration, and we brought them back into, you could totally get them for free, and we brought them back into the collection so you can actually buy the stamp and the dies that coordinate together. Now, a lot of these dies make their own flowers, so they kind of stand alone. You can actually just cut them out and create your own flowers with them, or you can die cut out these two pieces. So I have got some Highland Heather. Fold that in half. And don't forget, guys, in the description of the video after it airs, I will have, why do I have 2 ink pads? I don't know. And I have another bone folder. Is that mine? Yes, that one belongs here. So you can scroll down into the description and you'll see the dimensions. So if you want to make these at home, you totally could. All right, so we got a piece of basic white. That's our inside. We're just going to tuck that in here because I don't know what I'm going to use that for yet. And so for the front, I did this embossing already with this embossing folder whose name totally escapes me. So if you know the name of this embossing folder, it's maybe floral something. I can't quite remember. But anyway, let me know because it is like totally out of my mind right now. Cannot remember its name. So the great thing about some of these embossing folders is they're kind of reversible. Like this is the embossed image, which means it's raised up. But if you look at this side, like that's just as pretty too. And that's called the deboss side, which means that's the indentations. So you could really use either one. I do like when we do that. I look like I am totally out of adhesive today. Hold, please. All right, I had one ready to roll. So let's go ahead and attach this to our card base. I'm using the embossed side today. There we go. I think that's such a beautiful embossing folder. Like you could just do a card like this, put your little sentiment, and boom, off you go. Bob's your uncle. All righty, let's grab some memento and stamp our sentiment down here at the bottom. And I cut this out ahead of time. This is one of our stitched rectangles. No, it's not. It's a scalloped rectangle. Love you, friend. I think that works out perfectly. Now, what I need to do is pull in the Stamparatus. So I have that big flower already set up. Am I going to bang anything? So it's on here already. I'm just going to put a piece of white in here, attach my magnets. Let's make sure it fits. Absolutely. This is going to get cut out once we're done coloring. So I'm not too worried about it being straight or anything like that. I want to make sure I'm getting that good and inked up as best I can with my memento because I'm going to color with my blends. I'm going to stamp that. Grab my magic doohickey here. And then you'll see that it's not the greatest black, right? It kind of comes out like a little bit grayish. I want it to be a little bit darker. So another layer of memento on there. And you've seen me doing this a couple times when we work with those little Scottie dogs. And we're going to work with those again here in a minute because that's my third card. And so we just get a better image that way, just a little bit darker, and I dig it. So we're done with that. Let's go ahead and do a little coloring. So I have got, what do I have here? Some Highland Heather dark, and I'm going to do my dark down in these little highlights down here. And we're going to do a little bit of dark down around the center of that flower. And then I can come in and add my shading with Highland Heather Light. And we're going to hope that this works because I know that my Heather blends have been well loved and are starting to get a little bit dry. So I think it might be time to add a new set to my collection. That does happen. I use my blends a lot, and they're well used in my classes too. There we are. Pretty purple flowers. I love purple. So I'm just going to go around here, and then I'm going to put a little pop of yellow in there for the flower center. Now we need to do some green. So I've got some granny apple green here, and that's going to be our leaves. So we'll color them in here quick. And then we'll die cut this out and put it together. Such simple cards. So again, I was saying this is my Just Cards class. This is my great class I have when I meet new stampers too, who really don't have all the things that we have or haven't quite, aren't quite into it like we are. And so I have this class to invite them to, and we make 6 cards. So 3 cards, everybody makes 2 of each. But those are my folks who just want to make a good stash of cards, like to come to Just Cards too, because you're making 6. And always that means you get to keep one and send one, right? So you can keep one for yourself because you're so proud of your work, and then you can send one on its way to bless somebody. All right, are you going to stay today, or do I need to get some washi tape? You look like you're behaving a little bit better than the lighthouse. So everybody is still with me. I was getting a phone call during my video, and that sometimes will shut things off. So, yep, looks like we're still going. So yay for that. So sorry. All right, there we go. There is a gorgeous little cutout, and we're just going to add that to our rectangle here. And I think I'm going to grab some bitty dimensionals. I like these itty bitties here because they kind of go right up into the tips of, I won't be able to put anything there on the stem, but I can definitely get things on the tips there. And we'll put a big fat one right in the middle. Now, I think I'm going to glue this down first. I'm not going to, no, you know what? Let's double dimensional. Let's go crazy, guys. It's Crazy Monday. It's just Crazy Monday. So extra Pop-Tarts today. So we'll add this with dimension. And then we'll add the little flower with dimension as well. Oh, so sorry, guys. My throat is so dry. Are you guys having allergy problems? Oh my gosh. This last week is just crazy. Like my eyes are sore and watery. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty and so simple. Now we do want to put some dimension, or sorry, some bling on there. So I've got a little bit left over of these iridescent pearls. So I'm going to throw those on there. But yeah, I mean, my nose is runny. My eyes are just blurry and sore. They kind of drain a bit. I think it's when they start here. We're in the country and we own a farm, and they start cutting the corn. And I think that's a trigger for me. I think that just kind of gets all the dust and pollen all stirred up. All right, so I added a couple of those pretty iridescent pearls, and there you go. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love that. Of course, I love purple. So that's card number 2. Now our final card. Let's make some more room here. We're going to play with these little cutie patooties. I really like these guys. They remind me of my great Aunt Rose. That's why. She loved her Scotties. All right, so we talked about using him with the Stamparatus too, again, because Scotties are traditionally black, right? I think they do come in like maybe a brindle kind of color. And then we were talking at one of my virtual events about white Scotties, which they're called Westies. So they're not really Scotties, but are there white Scotties? I think there might be. So anyway, ours is going to be a black one. So let's grab, let me find all my papers here. Hold on. We're going with Tahitian Tide. Now, I do think this is called Christmas Scottie, and there are ways to make this a Christmas card, but we're going to pull in another stamp set and make this just a general card for your friends, or if you have someone who loves Scottie dogs, you could make this card for them. So we've got our Tahitian Tide. This one's 4 1/4 by 11. And again, don't forget to check those dimensions in the description below. There we are. And I've got a piece of that beautiful designer series paper. I love this DSP. The in colors this year are so yummy. So I'm going to attach that here on the front. And ahead of time, I took a piece of basic white and I ran those stitched with Whimsy dies. So I used those ahead of time, and that just, it doesn't die cut. It just puts stitching in your cardstock, and I love that. Now I took the little plaid and I'm going to use Sahara sand. So we're going to ink that up, and I'm just going to stamp that right here in the center. So that's just the little Scottish plaid there. And I'm going to use Hey There from this stamp. Ooh, are we still live? Like, my video totally shut off. Okay, I'm hoping everything's okay. I am actually recording this because our internet went down this morning. So, oh, this goes with you. So I'm just going to do Hey There. So this could go to anybody, right? This could be anyone you want to just be like, hey there, happy birthday. Hey there, thinking of you. Hey there, what's up? All right, so we'll attach that to the front of our card. And then we're going to stamp our little Scottie dog. There we go. Now, on the inside, I am missing a piece of, this is an envelope. That's not, I thought this was a piece of white, but it's not. Let me see if I can find it. Hold, please. Yeah, so I have this on the inside. These were the little strips that were left over after I was cutting my DSP for the front. And I'm like, I don't want to waste that. So I'm just going to run this little strip right down across here. And then I'm not going to glue it down just yet. It's a little longer than I needed. So let's do some trimming. And I'm just going to stick this on the inside. So what I often do is I have my insides ready and I just tuck them in. So when I'm ready to use them, I just pull it out. I can stamp my sentiment right on there, and then I just glue it inside. The reason I don't is in case I have an in case I have like a bad smear or a big misspelling or I stamp wrong or whatever. That way it's not connected and ruining the entire card. It's just tucked in here, ready to go, pull it out, do what I need to do, and then glue it in. That's just me, just in case I should have any uh-ohs at all. So let's grab our little Scottie guy. And we're going to do the same exact thing we did before. A piece of white. And I will tell you, I have some trouble with him. And that's because I need to cut my paper bigger. So where's he going to go? That needs to go up just a little bit more to make sure it fits. I got my magnets kind of holding it in place. And again, he's going to get punched out. So no worries on whether or not this is straight or if I have it lined up correctly or anything like that. I like to put an ink pad under there just so when I'm inking up, it's flat. So I'm going to put his first layer of ink on here. So Sometimes I have to do him 2 or 3 times. Get out my doodah, push. And then, so see there, his face didn't come out because of that darn magnet. So I'm going to scoot it over a little bit here. So sometimes to get Scottie, it takes me like 3 times to get my best image. But that's okay. That's the beauty of the Stamparatus, right? You can totally do that. There we go. So let's do his face one more time because it's just a little bit lighter. And he needs a little bit on his tail. Face and tail. Oh, you are cute. I like ya. So there's Scottie. Now I should have a punch somewhere, so we don't have to fussy cut him. Yay. There's our little punch. So we'll put him in here and we'll punch him out. Now this same punch has a bow. So he is going to get a bow, but it's too hard to do them at the same time and make sure that they're exactly lined up. So I've got my Tahitian Tide, and I'm just going to stamp his bow there, and then I can punch that out. All righty. We are going to put him onto our card with some dimensionals. So a couple little Pop-Tarts here, one on your head. Then I'm going to add his bow. I think I'm going to add his bow with just a glue dot because I don't want it to be too popped up because I don't want it to be too thick. So there's a little glue dot, or as we call them in my studio, snot dots. Put his little bow here. It's just a jaunty little bow. And then finally we need a bling, right? So I've got a rhinestone here. And we'll just put a little rhinestone right in the center of his bow. So there we are. Isn't he cute? So these are the cards from my Just Cards class. And then I like to come online and show you guys what we make in my studio because I know not everyone can join us. So these are the 3 projects that we made this month. And my in-person people, they make 2 of each. So that's always fun. It's like a little mini Stamp-A-Stack. All right, my friends, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed our cards today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're on YouTube, or follow me if you are on the Face page. And I am here every Monday and every Wednesday to show some Stampin' Fun, Stampin' projects with you guys. Then also, my friends, if you joined in a little bit later, don't forget about the 12 Weeks of Christmas starting this week with my friends Betsy, Connie, and Mary Ellen. You need to make sure that you are subscribed to my mailing list. That's how you get the 12 weeks. You will not see them anyplace else. We will not be posting them on social media. They won't be on our blogs or on YouTube or Facebook or any of that kind of thing. Only through our email list. It's very exclusive. That's the only way to get the content. So free PDF tutorial project coming to your inbox every Friday for the next 12 weeks. Super cool. If you're already in my emailing list, so if you know you already get information from me, you're automatically getting it. So no worries that you have to sign back up. You will not miss it if you're already in my email loop. All right, my friends, what a great time. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great week, and hopefully I will see you on Wednesday for What's Up Wednesday. Bye, friends.